Welcome back everybody, it's time for another Star Trek product review, and this week it's going to be part 2 of my little video review of the book Star Trek The Next Generation 365. This is the cover of the book. It has been written by Paula M. Block and Terry J. Erdman, with an introduction by Star Trek writer Ron Moore. In the last video we have checked the introduction and the pages referring to Season 1, so logically it's now time to continue with Season 2 and Season 3. Season 2 began with a recycled script called The Child, which was originally written for Star Trek Phase 2, an unproduced TV series from the 1970s, which was later changed into the first movie, Star Trek The Motion Picture. Here you can see the new cast member Whoopi Goldberg playing Guinan, and this is the new set called the 10 Forward, which is basically a bar on the ship. Now, Where Silence Has Lease, one of the better episodes from Season 2, at least according to my opinions. Elementary Dear Data, again one of the classics where Data was playing Sherlock Holmes. Now, The Outrageous Mr. Kona was a horrible episode in my opinion. The Schizoid Man, also far from good. Loud as a Whisperer, another episode I absolutely hated. There are so many bad Season 2 episodes, in my opinion, but most of the people seem to think it's better than Season 1. I don't agree, personally. Here is an visit from the Admiralty. Unnatural selection with the aging process. A Matter of Honor. A pretty good Klingon episode where Riker was serving on a Klingon ship. Here you can see some Klingon food. And now these Viewmaster reels. We had something really similar here in Czechoslovakia. I don't remember what it's called, but I know I had it as a kid. Here you can see visitors from the original series and The Measure of a Man, probably the best episode from Season 2, which is also presented on the Blu-ray as an extended episode. The Dolphin, another pretty stupid episode. This is the only memorable scene, the transformation from the woman to the creature. Contagion. This was also nothing really special. The Royale. Again, a fun episode, but again, nothing really special. Time Squared. Now, this was originally supposed to end completely differently. You probably know that. The Icarus Factor, one of the worst episodes of TNG, again, in my opinion. Setting the mood. I always thought that it's just a painting behind the bar, but it was something three-dimensional. Pen Pals, another fine episode. Q-Who, the legendary episode where we first encountered the Borg, and definitely one of the best episodes of Season 2. Here you can see a bit of the storyboard for the scene where the Borg ship took a sample from the Enterprise-E. This is the model of the section. Early design for the Borg. This is the costume designer with one of the Borg actors. More Borg drones. This is the famous shot inside the Borg cube, and an early sketch of the same scene, Samaritan Snare. One of the dumbest episodes ever. Up the Long Ladder, which is a nice little comedy. Manhunt, another one of the more funny episodes with the fish head people. One of them was the Fleetwood Mac guy. Now the Emissary, an important episode for Worf's story arc. Peak performance. This was okay. Another Ferengi episode. And one of the worst episodes ever, Shades of Grey, which was a boring, lazy, lame clip show. Now, season 3. This is a nice picture. We can see the slightly different uniforms and Michael Piller, who is supposed to be the man who saved Star Trek, The Next Generation, Ensigns of Command, Evolution, The Survivors, all 3 pretty good episodes. More storyboards. By Dan Carey. This is shooting the episode. I didn't know that Jonathan Frakes did his own stunt. Who Watches the Watchers, a brilliant little episode. Open submission policy. Here you can read the rules. Which kind of stories did they accept from outside people? The Bonding, this was I think the first script that Ron Moore sold. Booby Trap, where Geordi fell in love with a hologram. The Enemy, one of the better episodes, with a Romulan. The Prize, I don't really remember this one. The Vengeance Factor, another boring episode. The Defector, another Ron Moore script, and another good one. This is Ron Moore himself, his younger version. Now he of course has the long hair and the beard. The Hunted. Not my favorite episode. The High Ground, the episode about terrorism. If I remember correctly, it was banned in the UK for many years. Deja Q, another Q episode. This time he lost his powers. A Matter of Perspective, one of my favorite episodes from season 3. Which is basically a CSI story. Yesterday's Enterprise, another fantastic episode, fan favorite, where we met the crew of the Enterprise-E, and they brought back Tasha, who later traveled back to the past, and you know the rest if you have seen the show. This is the basic side elevation of the Uss Enterprise-E. This is the model with some battle damage. The Offspring, with Data's daughter. Directed by Jonathan Frakes. One of the first things he directed, I think. This is the original robot. The poor actor who was under all that makeup and prosthetics. Now, Sins of the Father. A very important Klingon episode and a sketch of the Great Hall. The famous matte painting of the Klingon city, which was reused in many other episodes. Legions. That was also a nice one. Captain's Holiday. A fun story where the captain got laid. Tin Man. Ode to a Carpenter. Yeah, they did a lot of great work. Poor guys. Hollow Pursuits. This is when we first met Lieutenant Barclay. The Molstoys. Data got kidnapped. This is the original actor who later committed suicide. Sarek, the episode where we met again Spock's father. And we learned that he got a similar disease to Gene Roddenberry himself. Will Wheaton. Transfigurations. An episode about evolution. Strange episode but entertaining. And of course the biggest and most famous episode of all. The Best of the Both Worlds, which is the huge finale for season 3. To be continued. One of the most famous endings of all. This is the whole crew from season 3. And this is season 4. But because I'm trying to keep these videos under 15 minutes, we will continue with season 4 next week. Which means that next week I hope I will cover seasons 4 and 5, and a week later seasons 6 and 7. So thank you very much for watching. If you managed to watch it until now, feel free to check any of the other previous episodes and come back next time when I'll talk about seasons 4 and 5. So thanks a lot for watching and bye.